What up, YouTube? Webhead Mike here, and over the weekend, I took some time to go see what's new on Amazon Prime, and what do I find? Not just the Rocky movies, but the previous two Creed movies. And considering Creed 3 is coming out soon, and I do hear good things about it, I thought, why don't I just go ahead and watch them? Better yet, why don't I watch them with two friends? And they were just as good as I remember them, maybe if not better. The cinematography, the writing, characters, all fantastic. I love them all. One gripe we noticed was when it came to the writing of Adonis and Bianca, it wasn't quite as solid as Adrian and Rocky. However, the relationship that definitely was firing on all cylinders and definitely was the most important to nail was between Adonis and Rocky. You know, a little standoffish at first, a little receptive, and then gradually warming up and up and up. Perfect. And it followed the Cobra Kai model where he is respected, everyone knows him, people always look up to him. If he has something to say, they listen. All proper respect given. And here he is training the next big thing, the next person that's going to step up. And initially, there's some clash with that because Adonis wants to make a name using his mother's maiden name, as opposed to Creed. He has some disputes with his father, mostly because he was the product of an illegitimate relationship, and both of his parents died before he really even knew much about him. And it just bounced around foster care until Creed's widow comes and rescues him. Now, we see in the beginning of the movie, even though he's made himself quite successful at a financial firm or somewhere, he still has this yearning and he's still just yearning to fight. So he can't escape his father's shadow in one way or another. And later on in the movie, he is challenged to say, you can fight the top card for a match, but you have to do it using your father's name. And that galls him. However, thanks to the tutelage and training under Rocky and some well-hitting advice, he's able to realize that he's able to mend a relationship that he really can't quite get a close on because he can't talk to his father anymore. But in a way, he sort of is, because Rocky knew Creed for a long time, and he can sort of speak through him. And then by the end of the second movie, I'm pretty sure he goes and visits the grave sites along with Rocky. You know, we see him in the first movie. He's talking with Adrian and her brother off in the great beyond. And it was all very heartfelt. Kind of very much like the first two movies, which were almost like an independent drama that just so happened to have boxing matches in them. And I really like that feeling. Now, also when it came to the fights on each of them, totally top notch. Although I will say, when watching the second one, seeing him fight Drago Jr. really darn early into the beginning of the second movie, began to wonder, how is this going to go? Because the climax has to be him fighting him, so why are we rushing to this? Well, without giving away too many spoilers, the movie does give you enough of a turn, and in a way, because of this and the mentorage of Rocky, Adonis is once again able to put more of his baggage to the side and organize it away, and look back longingly at the father he never had, and the surrogate father he now has with Rocky. And then we also see Rocky mend bridges with his own family as he goes off and visits his son and his grandson far off away in Vancouver. And I have heard that Rocky will not be in Creed 3. That saddens me a little. However, watching Film Threats coverage, it doesn't seem to be as though there was any shade or disrespect given to him. So I'm really going to hope that Rocky isn't in this movie because he's off visiting his son and grandson and catching up on lost time with them, connecting with them, before he too has to go off into the great beyond. And I really hope that's the send-off that he gets, because him not being in this movie misses him out on playing the same character in a whole franchise of movies over 60 years. That's one heck of an achievement. So if he's going to miss out on that, I hope story-wise he's going to be given proper respect with just visiting his family out in Vancouver. Speaking of emotional hits with this movie, Creed 3, I do also hear it has some similarities to Rocky 5 with, Rocky and Tommy Gunn. I hope we see that too. But if I were to give ratings to Creed 1 and 2, man, they'd be like really high. At least an 8.0. Probably an 8.5 or 9. Yeah. Especially the first one, because it could really easily have gone haywire on the first one without proper setups, but we got them. It carried forward. And another thing that's nice about that movie and the promotion for the current one, Creed 3, anytime they're interviewed, it's always about the characters, their story, their struggles, and how they're overcoming them. And that's beautiful, because a story can relate to anyone. A hardship can be relatable to anyone. And I'm glad to see that they're sticking to that, because it'll be really nice to have, the first one came out in 2015. So over these past 8 years, we have seen Adonis Creed rise to prominence. And based on the interpretations from the trailers for Creed 3, he's sitting happy, about to retire, and training his own prodigies. That is so beautiful to see him established and just about to go off into the sunset when his past catches up with him. And I'm very curious to see how that goes, because apparently Adonis got to evade a lot of jail time because his buddy, played by Majors, took the heat for him. So I'll be very curious to see how that goes. But I've been on long enough. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have you seen Creed 1 and 2? Want to see 3 soon? I know I'm probably going to see it on Thursday, which will be week 2. Yeah, on the week 2 release. But hey, I thank you for your time. Please consider liking and subscribing. Again, let me know what you think in the comments below. And until next time, Webhead Mike, out.